A very good morning to all the students. Hi, I'm Kailash sir here. As we are not able to take the regular classes, we have started the online education. So this is my first slide, or we can say first topic in English grammar. Today I am going to teach you about voice in English grammar. We call active and passive voice. First of all, let us see the sentence structure. In active voice, the sentence structure is as shown: S, that is subject, V, that is verb, O, that is object, and PPH, that is short form for prepositional phrase or extra words. Passive voice construction: object, verb, subject, and then the prepositional phrase or the extra words. Now let us see what this each alphabet stands for. S is equal to subject. Now, what is a subject? It is always the doer of the action. Verb. V stands for verb. Always it is the action word. O is equal to object, on what or whom the action passes, or in short, the receiver of the action. PPH, prepositional phrase or extra words or other words. So you see how active and passive voice constructions are given, and what each alphabet or each concept or each part stands for. Let us summarize it. Also, you have to note this down in your notebook. As I have shown you, I have prepared slides. You have to do it in your notebook. It is very important to learn the basics or fundamentals, without which we cannot do grammar, and if our grammar is poor, then English will also be poor. Now let us come to the main point. Summary of the main points of active and passive voice. First, let us see the usage. Active voice is generally used to show the importance of the doer, or that the doer is important. The doer means the subject. Passive voice is generally used to show the importance of the action or the importance of the object, or when the doer is understood. In passive voice, when the subject goes at the back, it is denoted with by plus subject. Now, next important thing, verb forms. In passive voice, you have to always use to be plus V3. What is V3? It is the past participle form or the third form of the verb. Just as we have learned go, went, gone, going, that third form gone, it is called the V3. Now, which forms of to be are to be used? In present, we use am, is, are according to the person. You know that we use am always with I, is used with third person singular, and are is used with the plurals, that is we, you, and they. In past, am is, which is in present, becomes was, and are becomes were. In future, we use will or shall according to the person plus the be form. In continuous tenses, use of being is there plus V3. In perfect tenses, use of been is there plus V3. And in future tenses, as you have studied, use of will or shall plus be. Now let us understand another types of sentence in which passive is done in different form. For imperative sentence, we use the method, we say Let plus be method. Very important. Tenses never change. The sentence or the verb which has no object is called intransitive, and such sentence cannot be transformed into passive as it has no object. I hope you have understood. Please write down these points. Now let us move further. Let us see how the pronouns change. I have already taught you about the personal pronouns and the list of pronouns, but for specifically active and passive voice, we will study the subject form and the object form. In the list of pronouns, it is in the first and the second column. Now, I turns into me, we into us, you into you, he into him, she into her, it into it, and they into them. All use by, means by plus me, by plus us, like that. For an example, I have broken the window. If I say like this, it will be the window has been broken by me. I turns into me. Likewise, other examples are given forward. Please note it down in your notebook. These two, all the slides you have to write in your notebook. Now, moving further, we know the method and everything. We have studied the fundamentals also. But how to solve? There are some important tricks or hidden things which we don't know. So let us go through that. Now, first of all, what you have to do, if a given sentence you don't know it is active or passive, you have to treat like that. Find out yourself. It is very easy. How to find out the subject, object, verb, everything. To find out if the given sentence is active or passive, or in other words, to find out the subject and the object, follow the following steps. First, find out the action word, the verb, along with the helping verbs if given. Next, question the verb with who to find out the subject. Next, question the verb with what or whom to find out the object. Thus, we can ascertain the sentence whether it is active or passive according to its structure and then proceed further. You already studied the structure in the first slide. If it is SVOPPH, then it is active. It is OVSPPH, then it is always passive. So you can see, in short, helping verb plus verb you have to find out in the sentence. Then question with who to the verb, you get the subject. Question the verb with what or whom to find out the object. Sometimes in a passive, the doer, if it is understood who it is left out, not given. Sometimes there are two objects, one direct, another indirect. In such case, the passive can be formed of both the objects. If the active voice have infinitive form, that is 2 plus V1, then the passive if formed by is formed by 2B plus V3. For passive of commands, use let plus subject plus B, and if not is given, then not plus V3. For passive of requests, suggestions, etc., use U plus R in the present form plus requested, suggested plus the V3. Now, as you can see in this slide, you can see tense is given, active voice column is given, then it is turned into passive voice. Then the form of passive, that is the method, is used. Then first and last column no need to write, but examples you have to write. Suppose you have to write, first example is active voice, he cleans his car every day. Then you have to write its answer below it, passive voice, AV, PV, write, you have to write in the margin and go on. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 examples are given. So first you have to write the question as it is active in active voice, and then the answer as it is in passive voice. He cleans his car every day, that will be the first one, and the answer will be the car is cleaned by him every day. Go on understanding different types of tenses, formats, everything is given, but in short we have studied all these things. We can leave out the doer in the passive if the agent is obvious. I have taught you that the format of the passive voice is object, verb, subject, but sometimes subject is not given, in which case already it is told previously also, we can leave out the doer in the passive if the agent is obvious. Obvious means it is understood who has done this. Suppose catching the thief, we know the police will catch the thief, so by the police will be omitted. Lecture was given by the teacher will be omitted. Awards were given by the chief guest will be omitted, like this. Now this is one sentence given, people speak English all over the world. People, it is understood who will speak, animals can't speak, people can speak. So people is understood, but what is important, that English is spoken all over the world. So we stress upon that part and remove people because it is understood. Thus the passive form is used here in an important way. English is spoken all over the world and by people, which was the subject, it is omitted. No need for the subject, because important thing is to know English. Which language is spoken? English is spoken all over the world. Who speaks? It is people. That is already understood. So here the importance of passive, we know how it is important, when it is important, and what you have to do in such sentences when subject is omitted. You can know, because now you know English is not the subject, English is actually the object. The passive form of transitive verbs with two objects. Up till now you have learned that one object, but there can be two objects also. In that case, when a verb in the active voice has both a direct object and an indirect object, either of the objects may become the subject of the passive verb. First of all, what is direct and indirect object? Now, Lina teaches me German. There is one sentence given. First one, teaches, you have to question, I have taught you who and what. So directly, teaches is not me, teaches what? German. So German is the direct object and me is the indirect object, like this. The manager will send you flowers. Send what? Flowers to you, like that. So flowers is the direct object. But this is not the problem. Just to make you understand what is direct and indirect, passive can be formed of both direct and indirect object. Examples are given. You can study them and write it down in your notebook. Next is imperative forms, that is passive of infinitives. When a statement in the active voice has two infinite that takes an object, the infinitive can be turned into the passive in this way: to be plus past participle form. Example, I am to learn French, to learn. Now infinitive is that form of the verb V1 form, that is the present form, which never changes. Even in direct indirect also we do not change. The to form of the verb never changes. So I am to learn French. You will bring the French forward. French is to be learned by me. To be plus learn, to be plus past participle. So to be will always be there. It is time to cook the food. It is time for the food to be cooked. To learn, to be learned. To cook, to be cooked. Like this you have to understand. Now passive of imperative sentences, commands, requests, suggestions. To form the passive forms of imperative sentences, which are commands, we use let plus subject plus be. If there is not given, use of not plus the past participle, that is the V3. Suppose call the doctor. Let the doctor be called. Do not hurt anybody. Let nobody be hurt. While making a request or a suggestion, we use you plus be plus past participle. Work hard. You are advised to work hard. Get out of the room. You are ordered to get out of the room. Wipe your feet. You are requested to wipe your feet. Please help him. You are requested to help him. So go through all the topics. I advise you to write it down and go through again and again. Grammar never changes. The better the grammar, the better the English. Have a nice day.